Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're embarking on a journey that honestly redefines what a Nordic adventure can be. We're taking a really close look at an experience that beautifully marries the magic of Finnish Lapland with something truly unforgettable. That's the King Cram Safari, just across the border in Kirkenes, Norway. Our mission today? Well, it's to uncover the fascinating details of this incredible tour. We're drawing all our insights basically from the comprehensive information provided by finlandtour-fi. They really excel at curating these unique cross-border experiences. So think of this as your shortcut to understanding not just what this remarkable journey involves, but also how it's all seamlessly put together. From your stay in Kirkenes right through to the actual thrilling crab hunt itself.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here, I think, is how this deep dive will go beyond just the adventure itself. It'll really reveal the practicalities, the logistical side of things, and those seamless connections that make a trip like this so accessible and, frankly, enjoyable for you. We'll explore how these distinct Nordic regions are woven together into one cohesive and really memorable itinerary. And that's all thanks to the thoughtful planning involved, which, as you said, finlandtour.fi really focuses on.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. We're talking about Kirkenes. Now, that's a town in Norway, but crucially, it sits right on the border with Finnish Lapland. So, for someone planning an Arctic adventure, what is it about this specific location? Why is it such a, undeniable draw, especially if a king crab safari is on the agenda? What gives Kirkenes its unique sort of magnetic pull?
Right. Kirkenes holds a truly special place on the global map, really, because it is the epicenter for king crab hunting. And perhaps even more importantly for many travelers, it's the place to savor these, exquisite creatures fresh from the Arctic waters. It's not just any town, it's really the central hub for this unique activity, both the adventure and the culinary side. What makes it particularly appealing, as the itineraries from finlandtour.fi show, is how easily it can be folded into a broader Finnish experience. Often, travelers are picked up from popular Finnish Lapland spots like Rovaniemi or maybe Ivalo. Then they make that short journey over to Kirkenes for a dedicated 1 or maybe 2 night stay, specifically to immerse themselves in this crab safari.
Oh, wow.
So it's a prime example of how you can effortlessly blend two quite distinct Nordic regions into one seamless, unforgettable trip.
That seamlessness, that's a crucial point, isn't it? Transportation. For anyone thinking about a cross-border adventure like this, getting there is always, top of mind. We know Kirkenes is geographically distinct. It's over in Norway. So what have the travel logistics been like, historically speaking? And maybe more importantly, what significant improvements can travelers expect now, especially when traveling from Finland, looking ahead into 2025?
You've really hit on a vital point there. Historically, yeah, reaching Kirkenes from Finland, particularly for independent tourists, it definitely presented some challenges. In the recent past, the connections could be quite, sparse. Sometimes it meant indirect routes or needing private transfers that weren't always straightforward to arrange.
Complicated.
Exactly. However, the information for 2025 highlights some genuinely transformative changes, things that are either anticipated very soon or already in place. And these make access significantly easier.
Oh, really? Like what?
Well, the biggest game changer, honestly, is the new Finnair direct flight. Launched from Helsinki straight to Kirkenes Airport.
Wow, direct.
Direct. This route just dramatically cuts down travel time and simplifies the whole journey, especially for international visitors maybe arriving via Finland's capital. So imagine you can land in Helsinki and then boom, one more short flight and you're in Kirkenes, ready for your crab adventure.
That makes a huge difference.
It really does. And furthermore, there's also excellent news about ground transport. Restrictions on cab entry from the Finnish border, they're expected to be lifted very soon in 2025.
Okay. So easier border crossing by road too.
Precisely. This means you'll have the flexibility to either fly directly into Kirkenes from Helsinki, or for those already exploring Finnish Lapland, you can simply take a cab straight across from areas like Ivalo or Rovaniemi.
Okay, that's a great flexibility.
It is. This simplification of travel logistics, which finlandtour.fi really emphasizes, it truly elevates the king crab safari. It goes from being a potentially complicated add-on to an effortlessly accessible highlight of your Finnish tour. It removes a lot of those previous hurdles, ensuring a much smoother transition between the countries.
That is a significant improvement.
Yeah.
It lets travelers focus on the experience, not just the getting there. So, okay, once we've smoothly arrived in Kirkenes, maybe on that new direct flight or a scenic cab ride, what's the actual king crab safari like? What should you envision when you think of the hunt itself? How does this whole thrilling experience actually unfold? Is it just about pulling up traps, or is there more to the safari part?
Well, the king crab safari in Kirkenes is genuinely one of the most exciting and unique experiences you can have in the Arctic. It really is. And what's fascinating is that it operates year-round. That's quite something.
They're around, although?
Yeah. But, and this is key, the experience itself transforms dramatically with the seasons. That's a really important consideration when you're planning your trip.
Right. Summer versus winter must be totally different.
Completely. So during the warmer months, let's say late spring through early autumn, the crab hunt is done by boat. You'll venture out onto the, well, usually serene, open waters of the fjords, cruising through these stunning coastal landscapes.
That is lovely.
It is. And here the focus is on pulling up the crab pots from the seafloor. It's a kind of traditional maritime-style hunt. It's very hands-on. You might help retrieve the pots, and you get a real sense of the scale of these magnificent creatures as they emerge from the depths.
Wow.
But then, when winter blankets the landscape in snow and ice, the safari truly embraces that quintessential Arctic environment. The experience transforms. It becomes this exhilarating expedition by snowmobile.
Snowmobile. Okay, now we're talking Arctic adventure.
Exactly. You're driven across the frozen expanse, a frozen lake or fjord, to a chosen spot. And here, the hunt unfolds directly on the ice. Guides will drill holes, and you actually participate in pulling the traps up through these openings in the ice.
Through the ice. That sounds intense.
It is. Imagine the crisp Arctic air, the sound of the snowmobile, and then just the sheer anticipation as you retrieve these massive crabs through a hole in the ice. It's a truly elemental, incredibly memorable experience. And the crabs themselves, they're impressively large. Some can weigh up to 15 kilograms.
15 kilos.
Yeah, with leg spans that can exceed a meter. It's almost otherworldly seeing them up close like that. So different from, other marine life.
Definitely sounds like a safari element there.
Absolutely. But regardless of the season, whether it's boat or snowmobile, the culmination of the safari is always the same. A spectacular feast.
The reward.
The best part for many. After the hunt, the freshly caught crabs are prepared immediately, like really fresh. This isn't just any meal. It's probably the freshest seafood you'll ever taste. A delicious hot crab meal is typically served, often right in the restaurant of your hotel back in Kirkenes. So you get to savor the fruits of your labor, warm up after the adventure. It's just a truly satisfying end to an extraordinary day. And as finlandtour.fi often suggests, combining this crab safari with a broader Finnish Lapland tour is highly recommended. It really maximizes your overall Arctic adventure, adds a distinct flavor.
That sounds absolutely incredible. Both the thrill of the hunt and then the promise of that fresh, delicious meal afterwards. Now, a crucial part of any trip, especially one that takes you to a unique place like Kirkenes for a specific activity, is where you'll actually be staying. What are the accommodation options available there, particularly those that are popular with travelers doing the king crab safari? Because a comfortable and well-located stay can really enhance the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Especially up there in the Arctic.
You're absolutely right. Accommodation is key. It really anchors the entire experience. Kirkenes, well, it offers limited choices compared to, say, a big city. But the options it does have are distinct and quite memorable. They really cater specifically to travelers who are there for the king crab safari.
Okay, like what?
Well, one of the most popular choices, and it's truly unique, is the Kirkenes Snow Hotel.
The Snow Hotel, I've heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
Made of snow and ice.
Exactly. It's not just a hotel, it's like an art installation, an experience in itself. Each winter, it's meticulously crafted anew, entirely from snow and ice, usually features around 13 to 14 rooms. And each room is a unique piece of art adorned with these beautiful sculptures, often inspired by Nordic and Sami folklore.
Sami folklore.
Yes, the indigenous people of Lapland. Their rich traditions and deep connection to the Arctic are really woven into the fabric of the region, and you see that reflected in the Snow Hotel's art. Sleeping in a snow room, surrounded by these intricate ice sculptures, it's unforgettable.
Must be cold, though.
Well, yes. But of course, they provide special thermal sleeping bags to ensure you have a surprisingly comfortable night's rest, despite the sub-zero temperatures inside the room itself. But for those who prefer a warmer experience but still want that unique atmosphere, they also offer cozy and well-appointed game cabins.
Game cabins.
Yeah, these are inspired by traditional Sami hunting and fishing huts. They offer a warm, comfortable stay right amidst the wilderness setting of the Snow Hotel complex. And a really key benefit of choosing the Snow Hotel, either the snow rooms or the cabins, is that the King Crab Safari Tour itself, it's operated directly by them.
Convenient.
Very. It means your adventure often starts literally right from your doorstep. It makes for a highly integrated and seamless experience.
Okay, so the snow hotel is one major option. What else is there?
Right. Beyond the snow hotel, there are also more, let's say, traditional hotel options located closer to the city center and conveniently near the airport. These include the Scandic Kirkenes Hotel and the Thon Hotel Kirkenes.
Like standard hotels.
Pretty much. They offer modern amenities, reliable comfort, that sort of thing. And for travelers staying at these hotels, don't worry, pickup for the king crab safari is seamlessly arranged right from their locations. So everyone gets to the starting point of the safari without any hassle, regardless of where they're staying.
Good to know.
Yeah, this range of options, from the snow hotel to the Scandic and Thon, it really allows you to choose the comfort level and the type of experience that best suits your travel style. Whether you're seeking that totally immersive, once-in-a-lifetime stay in a snow room, or maybe the familiar comforts of a more conventional city hotel.
That breadth of options, from the truly unique snow hotel to the more conventional places, it does seem to cater to a variety of preferences. So pulling all this together then, what does this all mean for someone actually planning their full Finnish and king crab safari adventure? How much time should you really allocate for a trip like this? And what kind of packages does, say, finlandtour-fi offer to integrate this distinct Norwegian highlight into a broader Nordic exploration?
Good questions.
Yeah.
When you're planning a Finland tour that cleverly incorporates the king crab safari, duration is definitely a significant consideration. You want to ensure you get a truly comprehensive experience, right?
Right, not rushed.
Exactly. It's generally recommended that Kirkenes itself warrants at least a 1 or maybe a 2-night stay. This allows enough time not just for the safari itself, but also to, soak in the unique atmosphere of the town and its Arctic surroundings, maybe see a bit more. Now, for a truly immersive itinerary, one that comfortably covers Kirkenes in Norway, along with highlights like Helsinki and various parts of Lapland and Finland, you typically need a minimum of about 8 days.
8 days minimum, okay.
Yeah. That allows for comfortable travel between locations, adequate time at each destination, and it helps prevent that feeling of, just rushing from place to place.
Makes sense.
And to simplify this planning for you, finlandtour.fi offers a variety of really well-structured tours that seamlessly integrate the king crab safari into broader Finnish itineraries. These packages are designed to cater to different durations, different starting points, makes it very accessible.
So like shorter options and longer ones.
Exactly. For instance, you can find shorter, more focused 2-day king crab safaris. These might originate directly from Finnish Lapland hubs like Ivalo or Rovaniemi.
Like an add-on.
Precisely. Perfect if you want to add a thrilling, concise experience to an existing Lapland trip you're already planning. But then there are also much more extensive tours designed for a deeper immersion into the whole Nordic region. For example, you might find a 9-night, 10-day itinerary. That could take you on a grand circuit, maybe covering Ivalo, then Kirkenes for the crabs, then perhaps Inari, Levi, and finishing in Rovaniemi.
Wow, that covers a lot.
It really does. Those longer packages truly showcase the diversity of the region. You get the cultural heart of Sami country in Inari, maybe the vibrant ski resorts of Levi, all culminating perhaps in the festive spirit of Rovaniemi. So these comprehensive itineraries demonstrate that ability, finlandtour.fi's ability, to craft experiences catering to varied interests and timeframes. Whether you're looking for that quick, exciting add-on or a much longer, multifaceted exploration of Finland with this unique Norwegian highlight, the goal really is always to make it incredibly easy for you to book and experience this fantastic adventure without having to stress about the sometimes complex logistics of a cross-border trip.
What an incredible deep dive this has been into the king crab safari in Kirkenes. Honestly, it's so clear why this is such a sought-after experience. From those unique seasonal hunts that really immerse you in the Arctic, to those fascinating accommodation options like the snow hotel. Just wow. And with those vastly improved travel links coming for 2025, it really seems like the complexities of planning such a cross-border trip have been thoughtfully ironed out, which allows you, the traveler, to just focus on the adventure itself, which is how it should be.
Absolutely, and it really does expand the scope of what a Finland tour can even mean, doesn't it? Which I think raises an important question for you, our listener. How does integrating a distinct cross-border experience like this king crab safari in Norway actually transform your perception of seamless travel? And maybe exploration within the Nordic region generally? Does it broaden your idea of what's truly possible, with the right planning and support like that offered by finlandtour.fi?
That's a great thought to leave people with. We really hope this deep dive has given you a well-informed shortcut to understanding this amazing Arctic adventure. And maybe, just maybe, sparked a little wanderlust for the incredible landscapes and unique experiences awaiting you up there. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and perhaps start dreaming of your own king crab safari.